Have you ever wondered what stage you're at in your spiritual journey? Spiritual awakening is a transformative process, but it doesn't happen all at once. Instead, it unfolds in stages, each with its unique characteristics and challenges that shape our understanding of who we truly are. If you've ever felt stuck in repetitive patterns or seen your beliefs challenged throughout life, it might be a sign that you're moving through these stages. In this video, we'll explore each phase of this spiritual path, helping you identify which stage you're in and gain a better understanding of your inner growth. Before we begin, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this message. Each interaction you make helps bring self-knowledge and inspiration to more people. The first stage of spiritual awakening is the stage of unconsciousness and identification with the ego. At this point, a person lives entirely immersed in the influences of the ego, where thoughts, emotions, and impulsive reactions govern attitudes and the worldview. Here, the ego is at the center of everything. It shapes perceptions, interpretations, and responses to life's events. The person sees themselves as a separate entity, isolated within their own thoughts and emotions, which creates a barrier to a broader, deeper perception of reality. This stage is marked by reactivity. Emotional responses are quick and intense, arising to defend the ego and the self-image that has been built over the years. The need to protect this personal image leads to defensiveness and often a limited view of what is truly important in life. Beyond reactivity, this phase is also marked by difficulty in understanding others' points of view. Perceptions are filtered through past experiences, fears, and projections, creating a distorted view of the external reality. In this stage, people tend to judge others and situations quickly, based on labels and prejudices that stem from their own ego. This egoic filter blocks genuine connection with others and with oneself, trapping the person in their own interpretations and beliefs. Everything seems to happen randomly and uncontrollably, as if the universe is against them, and relationships and situations are seen in a fragmented way, lacking a broader or integrated understanding. Lastly, the worldview at this initial stage is limited and superficial. The person believes that life's events are simply the result of chance or external forces over which they have no control. The idea that they are responsible for their own life experience is still difficult to accept, as the ego insists on seeing everything from a victim perspective or in competition with the surrounding environment. This phase is a crucial step in awakening because although it may feel like stagnation, it's where the path to self-understanding and transcendence begins. The second stage of spiritual awakening is known as ego death. This is a pivotal and profoundly transformative point in the journey where a true dissolution of beliefs and identities that have been built over a lifetime occurs. Here, a person begins to see that the ego, the layer of labels, social roles, and personal beliefs, is just a construct and not the true essence of who they are. This process can be unsettling, as it's like all certainties and securities are questioned, revealing that the self-image once so carefully maintained is just an illusion. It feels as if an old part of oneself is dying, making way for a new perception of being. At this stage, the person begins to recognize the observing self, a part of their consciousness that exists beyond the ego and can observe without getting involved in the narratives constructed by the mind. This observing self isn't bound by labels, beliefs, or judgments. It simply perceives and observes the flow of thoughts and emotions without identifying with them. The person discovers they no longer need to be controlled by the ego. They can simply observe without clinging to the stories it tells. This realization brings a sense of relief and freedom, as if a burden has been lifted, allowing them to view life with a clearer and more genuine perspective. This transition to a more detached state from oneself and the world represents a perspective shift that completely changes how a person sees life. By distancing from the ego, they begin to see the world more clearly, free from the distortions caused by limiting beliefs and fears that previously dominated them. This new state of consciousness enables the person to question more deeply and to explore aspects of their existence that previously seemed out of reach. The third stage of spiritual awakening is the search for truth and spiritual connection. This part of the journey is marked by an intense need to understand life's purpose and to find answers to profound existential questions. This awakening to a quest for truth naturally follows the ego's dissolution. As one begins to see, there is more beyond appearances and the superficiality that the ego constructed. This phase is characterized by a deep dive into spiritual practices like meditation, contemplation, and the study of profound teachings. The goal here is to explore not only the external reality, but also the inner universe, unraveling the mysteries of consciousness and existence. By engaging in these spiritual practices, a person begins to feel a stronger connection to something beyond themselves. This process doesn't only involve the rational mind. It's felt in the heart and soul, bringing a sense of peace and contentment that isn't dependent on external circumstances. The search for truth becomes an inner journey, where each moment of spiritual practice reveals new layers of the self and opens doors to an understanding of life's subtler aspects. Over time, this constant practice brings a sense of lightness and inner connection, which serves as a compass for guiding daily choices and decisions. This stage is a path of self-discovery that illuminates the purpose of existence and brings forth the true essence of the self. With each step taken in this sincere search for truth, a person distances themselves from the illusions that once blinded them and starts to live more authentically and consciously. This process of discovery becomes a practice that not only provides clarity, but also strengthens the connection with the universe and what truly matters, lighting the way to a life more aligned and filled with meaning. The fourth and final stage of spiritual awakening is living in alignment and universal interconnection. At this point, a person integrates their essence with the world around them, reaching a state of harmony both internally and externally. They live authentically, accepting their limitations and practicing self-compassion. This alignment allows them to be at peace with themselves, as they understand that each moment, each experience contributes to their spiritual growth. Self-compassion becomes a constant practice, leading them to accept their shadows and imperfections, not as flaws, but as essential parts of the evolutionary process. In this stage, understanding that each being is on a unique journey fosters a profound sense of empathy. They see that everyone faces challenges and seeks understanding, which promotes a compassionate view of others. This empathy extends not only to humans, but also to animals, nature, and all forms of life. The notion of separation begins to dissolve, and they feel connected to everything that exists, realizing that in essence, we are all manifestations of the same universal energy. This understanding fosters an inner peace that doesn't rely on external conditions, but emanates from a true connection with the whole. Finally, this expansion of consciousness leads to a deeper connection with nature and the universe, where one recognizes the interconnection between all beings and existence as a whole. They understand that there is an energy flowing through all creation, and that living in alignment with it brings a sense of fulfillment and purpose. In this state, they live in gratitude, accept the lessons of each moment, and contribute to the collective well-being, recognizing their role in creating a more harmonious world. This stage marks the peak of spiritual awakening, where the journey becomes a dance with the universe, guided by compassion, wisdom, and a profound connection to the natural flow of life. Throughout this video, we explored each stage of spiritual awakening, from ego identification to understanding universal interconnection. This journey is unique for each person, and understanding which stage you're in can bring clarity and motivation to continue seeking self-knowledge. Remember, the spiritual path is filled with challenges and discoveries, and each stage teaches us something valuable about who we truly are. If this content brought insights to you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with those who might also benefit. And if you enjoyed this video, the next one on the screen will surely bring even more inspiration for your spiritual journey.